There is a secret that has been whispered through centuries, a truth hidden not in books, but in the quiet chambers of the human mind. That secret is this: your mind is a magnet for money. It is not the labor of your hands, nor the hours of your toil, but the vibration of your thoughts that decides whether money flows toward you or drifts away. Every thought you think is a seed. Every emotion you feel is the water that nourishes it. When you think thoughts of lack, you plant weeds of limitation. When you think thoughts of wealth, you cultivate gardens of golden opportunity. You are never at the mercy of circumstances. You are only at the mercy of your own mental picture. If your life is filled with struggle, if the money never seems enough, pause and listen closely. Somewhere in the secret language of your thoughts, there is a voice whispering, "I can't have it. It's too hard. It's not for me." That voice is your invisible barrier. It is the switch that keeps your magnet turned off. But here is the miracle. You can flip the switch anytime you choose. The moment you change your inner dialogue, the outer world must obey. Begin by declaring, "Money loves me. Abundance is natural to me. I am open, worthy, and ready to receive." Say it until your subconscious believes it. Feel it until your heart sings with the certainty of it. Because when you feel rich within, life has no choice but to mirror it back. Money does not come to the desperate. It comes to the confident. It does not serve the fearful. It serves the faithful. When you act from fear, saying, "I can't afford it," you send out a repelling current. But when you move from faith, saying, "I am provided for," always, you radiate attraction. The universe cannot resist a mind filled with faith. Understand this deeply. Money is energy. It is not good or evil. It is neutral. It obeys your vibration. If your energy is clean, grateful, and confident, money flows freely. If your energy is anxious, jealous, or doubtful, it hesitates at your door. You do not chase money, you magnetize it. Visualize yourself already living in abundance. See yourself paying bills with joy, giving generously, living freely. Feel the emotion of prosperity, not someday, but now. The mind does not know the difference between imagination and fact. It creates what you vividly believe, and when you act as though it is already yours, the energy aligns with astonishing precision. Walk with the confidence of wealth. Speak with the calm of one who knows they are provided for. Move through each day not in pursuit of money, but in partnership with it. You are not chasing, it is being drawn to you. Each time you express gratitude, you strengthen the magnetic field. Give thanks for the money you have, and even more for the blessings that are on their way. Gratitude is the electricity that powers your magnet. Without it, attraction is weak. So today I ask you, switch it on. Turn on the magnet of your mind. Think abundance, not lack. Speak prosperity, not fear. Act in faith, not doubt. For the universe has been waiting patiently for you to remember who you are. The creator, the attractor, the vessel through which divine wealth flows. When your inner world shines with confidence and faith, the outer world rearranges itself to match your new vibration. Stand tall. Lift your mind above fear. Declare boldly, "I am the magnet for money. I am one with abundance. I attract wealth with ease, grace, and divine purpose. And as you believe it, so it shall be." Money will no longer be a struggle. It will become your faithful companion, drawn irresistibly to the power of your awakened magnetic mind. Every thought that crosses your mind is not a fleeting spark. It is a force, a frequency, a vibration that travels through the invisible fabric of the universe, carrying with it the power to shape your financial reality. The law of mental magnetism is one of the oldest and most profound truths known to humankind, and yet most people drift through life unaware of the immense power that lies sleeping within their own thoughts. Your mind is not a passive organ. It is a generator, an energetic magnet that pulls toward you the essence of what you continually think and feel. When your thoughts are filled with fear, worry, and doubt about money, you send out vibrations that attract circumstances to justify those emotions. When your thoughts are filled with confidence, gratitude, and expectancy, you begin to draw toward yourself the opportunities, people, and ideas that lead to abundance. Imagine for a moment that every thought is a signal transmitted into the vast field of creation. If you are transmitting lack, the universe faithfully echoes back situations of lack. If you are transmitting plenty, life mirrors it with prosperity. It is not coincidence, it is law. Money does not come to the mind that despises it or doubts it. It comes to the mind that welcomes it. The magnet of your mind is always on, always pulling something toward you. The question is, what are you magnetizing right now? When people complain about being broke or say things like money never stays with me, they do not realize that they are reinforcing their magnetic frequency of loss. The universe does not respond to words, it responds to vibration. You could say, "I want wealth," but if inside you are vibrating with fear, resentment, or guilt about money, the signal is mixed. The magnet becomes confused. You might draw a little, but it will slip away because the deeper vibration is still one of lack. The magnet only strengthens when your thoughts, emotions, and expectations are in harmony with abundance. To truly grasp the power of mental magnetism, think about how nature operates. A magnet never chases the metal. It simply holds its charge and the metal moves toward it. Likewise, you do not chase money. You align yourself with the energy that naturally attracts it. Your thoughts are that charge. Every time you dwell on success, envision freedom, or give thanks for what you already have, you strengthen the pull. Every time you worry, complain, or envy, you weaken it. The mind is the control room. The outer world is only the projection. Many people believe that money is earned only through hard labor or chance. They believe the external world decides their fate. But the truth is, it begins in consciousness. Look around at people who seem to attract wealth easily. They are not lucky, they are magnetic. They hold a mental picture of abundance that is unwavering, and the universe organizes itself to deliver that reality. You have that same power within you, but most have buried it under years of conditioning that equate wealth with greed or success with struggle. These beliefs rust the magnet of the mind. To restore its power, you must clean away the corrosion of fear and replace it with the polished shine of faith. The law of mental magnetism does not respond to desperate effort. You cannot force money to come by wishing harder or working yourself to exhaustion. You can only attract it by becoming an energetic match to it. If you think poor, feel poor, and speak poor, no amount of outer work can change your inner magnet. But if you begin to think rich, feel rich, and speak rich, even before the evidence appears, your inner current changes direction. Money begins to find you in unexpected ways. An idea, a chance meeting, a sudden opportunity. Because your vibration has shifted. To switch on this magnet fully, start by observing your habitual thoughts about money. Are they rooted in worry or worthiness? When you see a wealthy person, do you feel admiration or resentment? Every emotional reaction is a clue to your vibration. If you resent wealth, you repel it. If you celebrate it, you align with it. The mind cannot attract what it secretly condemns. You must bless money wherever you see it, whether it is in your hand or another's, because that blessing strengthens your magnetic field. There is also a deeper layer to this law, emotion. Thoughts are the blueprints, but emotions are the electricity that activates them. Thinking about money with joy, gratitude, and excitement generates a stronger pull than thinking about it with anxiety. Gratitude, especially, is the language the universe understands best. When you give thanks for what you already have, no matter how small, you send out a vibration of completeness. The universe responds by giving you more to feel complete about. The magnet of gratitude is unstoppable. Another vital component of mental magnetism is belief. You must believe, not merely hope, that money is meant for you. Hope is a vibration of uncertainty, but belief is a vibration of knowing. When you know something is already yours in the invisible realm, you behave differently. You move with confidence, you make decisions with courage, you speak words of abundance, and those vibrations ripple through creation, returning to you as tangible wealth. Doubt, however, is a leak in the magnetic field. Even a small doubt can circuit the current. That is why affirmations are powerful. They rebuild belief through repetition until the subconscious accepts abundance as natural. Your subconscious mind is like the magnetic core itself. Whatever you impress upon it becomes your automatic frequency. If you grew up hearing phrases like "money doesn't grow on trees," or "we can't afford that," those ideas may still be running silently, weakening your magnet. But the beauty of the human mind is that it can be reprogrammed. Every time you affirm prosperity, visualize success, and act with faith, you rewrite the script of your subconscious. Over time, the old limiting patterns dissolve, and your new magnetic pattern becomes one of abundance. It's important to remember that mental magnetism does not mean sitting still and waiting for money to fall from the sky. It means aligning your inner world so that inspired action becomes natural. When your magnet is switched on, you begin to notice opportunities you previously ignored. You meet people who can help you, you get creative ideas, and you feel guided to take steps that lead to prosperity. The effort you make while magnetized is effortless. It feels inspired, joyful, and effective. The true miracle of this law is its neutrality. It doesn't care who you are, where you come from, or what you've been through. It only mirrors your mental state. You can start poor and become wealthy by changing your vibration, or you can lose wealth by vibrating with fear and guilt. The law plays no favorites. The moment you change the signal, you change the result. That is the justice of the universe. It always matches your dominant frequency. So the invitation is simple. Guard your thoughts as you would guard treasure, for they are. Each thought about money is a command you send out into creation. Send out thoughts of abundance, and abundance will find its way to you. Feel rich, think rich, live rich in your mind long before you hold the proof in your hands, and the proof must appear. Your mind is the most powerful magnet in existence. It is always attracting, always creating, always shaping the unseen into the seen. If you fill it with fear, it will faithfully attract struggle. But if you fill it with gratitude, confidence, and a deep knowing that money is your ally, your servant, and your companion, then life will respond in kind. The current will reverse, the flow will begin. And everything you need, want, or dream of will start moving in your direction, not by chance, but by the unwavering law of mental magnetism that governs the universe and bows to the power of your awakened mind. Money is not created merely by effort, hours, or luck. It is drawn by the blueprint that lives within your mind. Every human being carries an invisible pattern, a mental mold that determines how much prosperity they will allow into their life. This is the invisible money blueprint and it operates silently behind every decision you make, every risk you take, every opportunity you recognize or ignore. You may work hard your entire life, yet if your blueprint is set to limitation, money will slip through your fingers. You may struggle, sacrifice, and strain, but until you change that inner design, abundance will remain out of reach. The truth is simple yet profound. You do not earn money. You allow it in proportion to your belief in its possibility. Imagine your subconscious mind as a vault, containing every belief you have ever absorbed about money since childhood. Some were whispered by your parents, "We can't afford it." Some were taught by society, "Rich people are greedy." Some were shaped by fear, "Money is hard to get and even harder to keep." Each belief became part of your internal wiring, carving grooves in your mental circuitry that now dictate how you experience financial reality. When opportunities come, they bounce against those walls of old programming. If your inner blueprint says, "I'm not worthy," you will unconsciously reject prosperity, even when it stands right at your door. People often look at others who thrive financially and call them lucky, but luck is nothing more than alignment. Their inner blueprint matches abundance while others match struggle. Think of it as a thermostat. You can temporarily increase your income through effort or external circumstances, but if your thermostat for wealth is set to just enough, your life will always adjust back to that level. To change your financial world permanently, you must raise the temperature of your inner belief system. That is the only sustainable way. The blueprint reveals itself through your habits, emotions, and expectations about money. When you receive extra income, do you feel guilty? Do you spend it immediately? Do you secretly believe it will disappear soon? These are signs of a low money blueprint. You may think you want wealth, but your subconscious is coded for survival, not abundance. That inner pattern sabotages your results because it fears change. The mind loves the familiar, even when the familiar is painful. The moment you try to break free and think big, the old blueprint whispers, "Be realistic. Don't get your hopes up. It's too risky." Those whispers are not truth. They are programming. The good news is that you can rewrite the program **. The invisible money blueprint is not carved in stone. It is drawn in thought. You can erase and redraw it as many times as you choose. The process begins with awareness. You must become the observer of your thoughts, catching every limiting statement the moment it arises. When you hear yourself say, "I can't afford it," replace it with, "How can I afford it?" When you think, "I never have enough," declare, "Money flows to me easily and constantly." The subconscious mind learns through repetition and emotion. Each new thought you plant weakens the old pattern, and with consistent practice, the new one takes root. Visualize your mind as fertile soil. For years, you have planted seeds of limitation, and those seeds have grown into weeds of struggle. Now, you must become the gardener who clears the ground and plants new seeds, seeds of abundance, wealth, and freedom. Every time you affirm, "I am worthy of prosperity," you drop a new seed into that soil. Every time you visualize yourself living in abundance, you water it. Every time you express gratitude for what you already have, the sunlight of your faith makes it grow. And as your inner garden flourishes, your outer life begins to mirror it. To truly change your blueprint, you must also transform the way you feel about money. Many people unconsciously carry shame or resentment toward wealth. They've been told that loving money is shallow or wrong. But how can you attract something you secretly despise? Money is energy, pure, neutral, divine energy. It becomes a blessing in the hands of the wise and a burden in the hands of the fearful. When you see money as a tool for freedom, growth, and contribution, your emotional vibration shifts from resistance to receptivity. You move from pushing money away to welcoming it as an ally. Another powerful aspect of blueprint transformation is asterisk asterisk identity asterisk asterisk. You must stop seeing yourself as a struggler and begin to identify as someone who is financially empowered. Identity shapes behavior. When you see yourself as wealthy, your decisions change. You take opportunities seriously. You act with confidence. You attract people and ideas that resonate with that vibration. The outer world is only a reflection of your self-image, so elevate that image. Speak to yourself not as a beggar of life, but as a co-creator of abundance. Changing your money blueprint also requires emotional healing. Many people hold deep wounds around money, times they lost it, feared it, or watched others fight over it. Those wounds create energetic blockages that prevent the free flow of prosperity. Forgive the past, release the bitterness. If money once left you, understand that it was not punishment. It was a lesson in alignment. When you forgive yourself for financial mistakes, you dissolve the invisible chains of guilt that keep wealth away. The universe does not withhold, it mirrors your readiness. As your inner blueprint begins to shift, you will notice subtle external changes. Synchronicities will occur. You'll meet people who open doors. Ideas will surface at just the right time. These are not coincidences. They are the outer reflections of your new mental pattern taking shape. The more you trust the process, the stronger the flow becomes. But if you slip back into fear or doubt, the current weakens again. That is why persistence is essential. Just as you cannot lift weights once and expect lasting strength, you cannot reprogram your money mindset in a single day. Daily reinforcement builds the new energetic structure until it becomes second nature. Remember, your outer world always follows your inner world. The invisible blueprint creates the visible result. You can't fix financial problems solely by manipulating external circumstances because those are symptoms, not causes. You must go to the source, the thought patterns, emotional responses, and expectations that shape your money reality. When those shift, the physical reality must follow, for energy precedes matter. So, what is your current money story? Do you believe money is scarce, difficult, or fleeting? Or do you believe it is abundant, flowing, and ready to serve your purpose? Your answer defines your frequency. You can change it this very moment by declaring a new story, one of prosperity and possibility. You can choose to become the author of your wealth rather than the victim of your circumstances. The invisible money blueprint is the secret architecture of abundance. The blueprint of the rich is one of faith, gratitude, and expectancy. The blueprint of the poor is one of fear, resentment, and disbelief. The difference is not intelligence, opportunity, or talent. It is vibration. When you change the vibration, you change the outcome. From this moment forward, speak wealth, think wealth, feel wealth. Imagine your inner world glowing with the golden light of prosperity. See yourself as open and worthy, surrounded by infinite opportunities. Feel the peace of knowing that abundance is your birthright. Hold that feeling long enough, and your subconscious mind will accept it as truth. The universe will rearrange itself to match that truth, and the flow of money will begin, not because you chased it, but because your invisible blueprint finally aligned with the frequency of wealth. What you say to yourself when no one is listening shapes the entire architecture of your life. Words are not mere sounds. They are forces, frequencies, invisible currents that mold the energy around you. Every inner phrase, every self-talk about money becomes a decree to the universe. When you whisper, "I can't afford it," you are not describing a fact, you are commanding a future. When you repeat, "Money is hard to make," you program your subconscious mind to repel it. The universe does not hear words, it feels vibration. And the vibration of lack, fear, and defeat creates a magnetic field that pushes abundance away. To change your financial world, you must first master the invisible language you speak within. The power of inner words is greater than any external action because they come from the heart of belief. Your beliefs about money are like the roots of a tree, unseen but decisive. The leaves and branches may represent your income, your job, your investments, but the roots, those quiet, hidden affirmations and thoughts, determine whether your financial tree bears fruit or withers in scarcity. Most people water their roots with words of worry. They say, "I never have enough," or "I'm always broke," without realizing that each repetition tightens the chain of limitation around their lives. These words don't just describe reality, they create it. Every time you use disempowering language about money, you reinforce a subconscious agreement with lack. You declare, "This is who I am," and the universe, in its perfect obedience, echoes back, "So be it." If you want to attract wealth, you must speak as though it already belongs to you. Not as a fantasy, but as a faith-filled declaration. The energy of your words precedes the manifestation of your circumstances. Before any wealth appears in the physical realm, it must first exist in the spiritual realm of your thoughts and words. The silent sentences running through your mind each day are either building or breaking your money magnet. You might smile on the outside, speak affirmations aloud, but if your inner voice is still murmuring, "This will never work," you are sending out two opposing signals. The universe responds to the dominant one, and the dominant one is always the feeling behind the word. That is why your affirmations must be felt, not just said. Empty repetition cannot override a belief that is emotionally charged with fear or doubt. To change your financial vibration, you must infuse your words with conviction, gratitude, and joy. Consider the power of a single inner statement, "I always have more than enough." When you repeat this, truly feeling it, you shift your energy from desperation to sufficiency. You begin to notice abundance where you once saw lack. A simple cup of coffee, a roof over your head, the air you breathe. Each becomes proof that the universe is generous. And as your awareness expands, your magnetic field strengthens. The more you affirm gratitude, the more reasons the universe provides for you to be grateful. But when you complain, even silently, you activate the opposite current. Complaining, whether aloud or in thought, sends out a frequency of resistance. It tells the universe that you are focused on what's missing, and so it gives you more of what's missing. You cannot magnetize money while criticizing it. You cannot attract abundance while talking about bills, debt, and struggle. Your words must match the vibration of wealth. Wealth speaks in the language of calm assurance. It says, "I am supported, I am guided, I am richly supplied." That is the tone of an abundant soul. It's not about denying reality, it's about reshaping it. If your bank account is empty, you can acknowledge it without affirming it as your permanent truth. You might say, "Money is flowing to me now," even when the evidence has not yet appeared. Faith is not pretending the storm isn't there. It is knowing the sun exists above the clouds. Your words are the bridge between the unseen and the seen. Speak what you desire, not what you fear. There is immense creative power in the words "I am." Whatever follows those two words becomes a command to your subconscious mind. When you say, "I am broke," your mind aligns every thought and action to fulfill that statement. When you say, "I am abundant," your mind begins scanning the world for opportunities that match that truth. The "I am" statements are the seeds of creation. They are divine declarations that sculpt your reality. Speak them with awareness, for you are shaping your future with every syllable. Start listening to your inner dialogue as you go about your day. Notice the subtle phrases that slip out when you face a financial decision. Do you say, "That's too expensive"? Do you think, "I never get lucky"? These words are clues to your inner programming. Replace them gently but firmly. Instead of "that's too expensive," say "that's not in my current budget, but I'm open to receiving it easily." Instead of "I never get lucky," say "everything always works in my favor." At first, these statements may feel untrue, but remember, truth is not what appears. It is what you decide to believe consistently. The universe adjusts itself to your new vibration once it becomes your dominant tone. When you shift your language, you shift your energy, and energy is the true currency of wealth. The great secret is that the universe does not respond to your needs. It responds to your expectations. If you speak from the expectation of poverty, you receive more of it. If you speak from the expectation of prosperity, it begins to flow. Words are the blueprint. Feelings are the fire that brings them to life. Speak abundance, feel abundance, act abundance, and abundance will become inevitable. Guard your inner words as a sacred practice. Before you speak about money, pause and ask, does this word align with wealth or with lack? Choose the language of increase. Speak in terms of what is possible, not what is impossible. Say, I am open to greater opportunities. Say, money flows to me in wonderful ways. Say, I am worthy of luxury, ease, and success. These are not wishful sentences. They are frequencies that summon matching experiences. Each word you speak sends a vibration through your body. When you say, I am poor, your energy contracts, your shoulders tighten, your breath shortens, your heart sinks. But when you say, I am wealthy, your body expands, your energy rises. That expansion is what draws abundance toward you. It is the feeling of alignment with the flow of life. Speak words that expand you. Speak words that open the gates of prosperity. Your inner conversation is a spell you cast upon yourself every day. You can speak spells of scarcity or spells of success. The choice is entirely yours. If you desire to change your financial destiny, begin with the words that echo in your mind. Let them be words of faith, not fear, gratitude, not grievance, vision, not limitation. Over time, these new words will sink deep into your subconscious and crystallize into belief. And when belief changes, everything changes. You have within you the power to rewrite the story of your wealth with the ink of your thoughts and the voice of your soul. Speak as the wealthy speak, not from arrogance, but from certainty. Speak not of what you lack, but of what is flowing to you. Let your inner language become a song of abundance, a steady rhythm of confidence and joy. For when your inner words rise to the frequency of wealth, the world outside cannot help but rearrange itself to match the melody of your prosperous mind. Fear and faith cannot live in the same house. One must leave for the other to thrive. Every choice you make about money, every hesitation, every risk avoided, every opportunity ignored, is guided by one of these two masters. Fear whispers, what if I lose? Faith declares, what if I win? Fear looks at the bank account and trembles. Faith looks at the infinite and smiles. The invisible law of money responds not to your effort, not to your need, but to the energy you radiate. And that energy is either charged with fear or powered by faith. Money, like all energy, flows toward confidence and away from contraction. When you act from fear, you constrict your vibration. You send out the message, I don't trust the flow of life. The universe, obedient as always, reflects that belief right back to you. Blocked opportunities, delayed payments, unexpected expenses. Fear does not protect you, it imprisons you. It closes the very door through which prosperity was trying to enter. People often say they can't take risks because they need financial security. But security built on fear is an illusion. It is a fortress with cracks. Only faith builds true stability because faith aligns you with the creative power that never fails. Faith is not blind optimism, it is divine knowing. It is the quiet voice that says, I am guided, I am supported, I am provided for. It is the trust that even if one door closes, another will open, wider, brighter, and more aligned with your growth. Fear demands proof before it believes, faith believes before it sees, and in that belief lies the power to create. When you believe abundance is your birthright, you magnetize it. When you fear it is fleeting, you repel it. Every thought is a seed, and fear is a weed that strangles prosperity at the root. Think of how many times fear has disguised itself as logic. Be careful. Play it safe. Don't expect too much. Fear wears the mask of caution, but its true motive is control. It doesn't want you to move beyond what's familiar because the familiar feels safe, even if it's uncomfortable. But faith calls you into the unknown, into the realm of expansion, where miracles dwell. Money flows most freely when you step into that space with courage. When you say, I may not know how, but I know it's coming. That vibration is magnetic. The universe rushes to fill the void created by your boldness. When you act in faith, something remarkable happens. Your energy expands. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You make decisions not from panic, but from peace. You stop chasing money and start attracting it. Because faith is not passive, it is active alignment with divine law. It says, I will move forward even if I can't see the whole staircase. And the moment you move, the next step appears. That is the secret. Movement fueled by faith multiplies blessings. Fear waits for certainty and finds none. Faith acts on conviction and discovers abundance. The world is filled with people waiting for signs before they believe in their own potential. But signs come after belief, not before. The universe mirrors your dominant vibration. If your heart is filled with fear, you will find reasons to stay small. If your heart is filled with faith, you will find proof of abundance everywhere. Faith turns the invisible into reality. It takes an idea and breathes life into it. Fear, on the other hand, kills dreams before they have a chance to bloom. It tells you that you're not ready, not worthy, not capable. But those are lies, echoes of old programming, not truth. Truth says you were born with everything you need to prosper. Fear also disguises itself in the stories we tell about money. We say, I'm saving for a rainy day, but beneath that phrase often hides the belief that storms are inevitable. We say, I just want enough to get by, but beneath that modesty lies a fear of having too much and losing it. We say, I'm being realistic, but what we call realism is often fear in polite clothing. Faith doesn't ignore reality, it transcends it. It knows that money is energy, and energy responds to emotion. When you radiate faith, you radiate security, and security draws more reasons to feel secure. Faith is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Start small. Instead of worrying about bills, thank the universe for the money that will pay them. Instead of fearing that you won't make enough, affirm that you are always provided for in perfect timing. Notice how your body feels when you shift from fear to faith. The tightness softens, the breath deepens, the mind quiets. That calmness is not weakness, it is power. It is the signal of alignment, and that alignment is what money responds to. Faith also expresses itself through action. It's not enough to affirm abundance while standing still. You must move with confidence even when the outcome is uncertain. The person who acts from faith radiates a different energy, an energy that attracts trust, cooperation, and success. People can feel it. Opportunities can feel it. Life can feel it. You may not see the full picture, but faith allows you to take one inspired step at a time. Each step strengthens your magnet. Each act of trust opens a new door. The greatest test of faith comes in moments of uncertainty, when the bank balance is low, when the project fails, when the future feels foggy, that is when faith must stand taller than fear. You can choose to say, I don't know how, but I know I will rise. That single statement is an energetic command that shifts everything. The universe hears it. Circumstances begin to rearrange. Solutions appear where there were none, because faith is not a fragile hope. It is a creative force. It draws strength from the unseen and manifests it in the seen. Money itself is a mirror of your faith. It multiplies in the hands of those who trust its flow and vanishes from those who hold it in fear. When you trust money, when you believe it is a loyal servant, not a fickle master, it stays, it grows, it serves. When you fear it, when you clutch it tightly or worry about losing it, it slips away, seeking a more welcoming vibration. The difference between the rich and the poor is often not intelligence or opportunity. It is faith in the flow of life. Every moment presents a choice to shrink in fear or expand in faith. Fear sees scarcity, faith sees supply. Fear hesitates, faith acts. Fear doubts, faith knows. If you wish to open the floodgates of money, you must evict fear from your mental home and give faith the master key. Because faith is the magnet that pulls abundance from the unseen realm into your hands. It is not something you find. It is something you decide. You choose to believe, and that belief bends reality to match your conviction. The next time fear whispers that you're not ready, answer with the voice of faith. I am guided. I am provided for. I am connected to infinite supply. Say it until you feel it. Say it until your heart believes it. For when faith fills your words, your energy transforms. And when your energy transforms, money has no choice but to follow. There is a sacred truth that the universe keeps repeating to anyone who is still enough to listen. Asterisk asterisk gratitude is the golden key that unlocks the flow of money. Asterisk asterisk gratitude is not simply saying thank you. When something good happens, it is a way of thinking, a vibration, a spiritual magnetism that multiplies every blessing it touches. The mind that is grateful becomes a powerful conductor of wealth because it is tuned to the frequency of abundance, not lack. You see, gratitude and poverty cannot dwell in the same heart. When you are truly grateful, you are declaring to the universe, I already have more than enough, and that declaration summons even more. Think of it this way, every thought you think is a signal. When you focus on what's missing, your signal says, I live in scarcity, and scarcity is what returns to you. But when you look around and give thanks for what you already have, even if it seems little, you shift your vibration to I am rich in every way, and that signal calls wealth to you like metal to a magnet. Gratitude is not blind optimism, it is an act of creation. It transforms what is ordinary into something miraculous. The moment you say thank you with conviction, your energy expands, your perception widens, and suddenly, opportunities that were hidden begin to appear. Most people make the mistake of waiting for something big to happen before they feel grateful. They wait for the promotion, the new client, the financial breakthrough. But gratitude doesn't wait. It asterisk asterisk creates asterisk asterisk. The law of mind says, whatever you appreciate, appreciates. When you give thanks in advance, you are claiming your blessing before it arrives, and the universe must deliver it. You are writing your own receipt for abundance. Gratitude is the language that the invisible world understands. It is your spiritual currency. The more you spend it, the richer you become. You may wonder, how can I be grateful when I'm struggling, when bills are due, when money feels tight? That is precisely the moment gratitude holds its greatest power. Gratitude in comfort is courtesy, but gratitude in difficulty is alchemy. It takes courage to look at lack and still say, thank you. Yet that single act of faith transforms energy instantly. It says to the universe, I trust you, I know this is temporary. I know that abundance is already on its way. And that vibration, trust mixed with thankfulness, opens doors faster than effort alone ever could. When you wake up each morning, start by counting blessings instead of burdens. Be grateful for the roof above you, the breath within you, the opportunity to try again. These simple acknowledgments align you with abundance before you even step into your day. Money is energy, and energy flows toward harmony. Gratitude creates that harmony. It softens your resistance, erases your worry, and invites the flow of good things. When you feel gratitude deeply, your mind is no longer a beggar asking for favors. It becomes a royal soul commanding prosperity. You cannot hold two frequencies at once. Gratitude and complaint cannot share the same space. Complaining closes the channel, gratitude opens it. Every "why don't I have enough" weakens your magnet, while every "thank you for what I have" strengthens it. The secret many never learn is that the universe does not respond to your words. It responds to your vibration. You can say "I am rich" 1,000 times, but if your heart is full of resentment, fear, or envy, the vibration contradicts the affirmation. But one sincere moment of gratitude can undo years of lack. Consciousness. Gratitude also transforms your relationship with money itself. Many people secretly resent money, envy those who have it, or fear losing it. These emotions push wealth away, but when you bless money, when you appreciate it as divine energy in form, you change your energetic relationship with it. When you receive money, say, "Thank you for serving me." When you spend it, say, "Thank you for multiplying and returning." Every act of giving or receiving becomes sacred. That simple attitude shift can turn your entire financial life around because it keeps your energy open, not tight or anxious. Gratitude is also the most powerful antidote to envy. When you see others prosper, bless them, rejoice in their success, because every time you celebrate another's abundance, you affirm that abundance is possible for you too. The universe never runs out of supply. It expands with your joy. Envy says, "There's not enough for me," but gratitude says, "There's more than enough for all." One isolates, the other unites. Gratitude harmonizes your vibration with the collective flow of prosperity, and once you're in that stream, everything you desire comes with ease. It is also important to remember that gratitude is not an emotion to be forced, it is to be cultivated. Start with what is easy to appreciate: your health, a kind word, the sunlight, the taste of food, the ability to learn. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Soon you'll find yourself being grateful for challenges too, because you will recognize them as disguised blessings, as lessons sent to strengthen your faith. Every difficulty overcome with gratitude turns into a stepping stone toward abundance. So whenever you feel lack creeping in, stop and shift your focus. Instead of asking, "Why don't I have enough?" say, "What can I appreciate right now?" That one question moves you from contraction to expansion, from fear to faith, from scarcity to supply. Gratitude is not a ritual, it's a frequency. And when you live in that frequency, the universe rearranges itself to match your vibration. People will show up to help you. Ideas will find you. Opportunities will knock without effort. You will notice that what once felt impossible now unfolds naturally. In the end, gratitude is not about money. It is about alignment. When you are grateful, you are in harmony with divine law, and that harmony attracts everything you need. Gratitude is the proof that you already trust the process. You are no longer chasing abundance. You are radiating it. And the universe, which always mirrors your inner world, will respond with overflowing riches, perfect timing, and peace that money alone could never buy. So live in gratitude, breathe in gratitude, and let it be your constant prayer. For every thank you is a bridge between you and the infinite source of prosperity waiting to pour through you. There is an invisible river that runs through every life, a current of abundance that never stops flowing. Yet most people build dams of doubt, fear, and unworthiness that block that river. They say, why is money not coming to me? But money is not something that comes to you. It flows through you. It is energy in motion, and your beliefs are the banks that guide its path. When your mind is clogged with worry and resistance, the current weakens. But when your spirit opens in trust and expectation, the river rushes forward with unstoppable force. Money does not respond to desperation. It responds to flow. The more relaxed and aligned you are, the more easily it circulates in your life. Just as water resists those who clutch it tightly, money resists those who cling to it in fear. But to those who understand its nature, to those who treat it as a joyful partner in creation, it moves freely, playfully, generously. The one who flows becomes magnetic, not because of what they chase, but because of who they are. You see, the flow of money is a mirror of your inner flow. When you feel stagnant, when you resist change, when you harbor resentment or self-doubt, you create energetic blocks. But when you allow yourself to forgive, to release, to move with life instead of against it, you open space for prosperity to enter. Money is attracted to openness. It thrives in the vibration of ease. This is why those who love what they do, who act with joy and purpose, seem to attract wealth without effort. They are not forcing the current. They are becoming the current. If you wish to switch on the flow of money, start by cleansing the inner channel. Look at the thoughts you hold about wealth. Do you secretly believe that money is hard to get, that it causes problems, that only certain people deserve it? Every one of these beliefs is a stone in the river. Remove them with truth. Remind yourself that money is not evil. It is energy, and energy magnifies the consciousness of the one who holds it. When love, service, and creativity fill your heart, money becomes an instrument of blessing. But when fear and scarcity fill your heart, it becomes an instrument of struggle. The flow responds to the vessel. There is also a rhythm to the flow of money. Give and receive, inhale and exhale. Many people try to inhale endlessly, to receive without giving, and then wonder why their abundance feels suffocated. To keep the current alive, you must circulate what you have. Give with joy, not obligation. Bless every act of generosity, knowing that what you send out multiplies and returns in perfect time. The miser who hoards in fear cuts himself off from the current. The giver who releases in faith rides the river of prosperity effortlessly. When you give, you tell the universe, I have more than enough. And that statement, even unspoken, sends a vibration that attracts more. But when you cling and say, I must hold on or I'll lose it, that vibration repels abundance. Money wants to be trusted. It is like a bird. It will rest in your hand only if it feels free to fly. The moment you grip it too tightly, it flees. So give with confidence, spend with gratitude, save with joy, and invest with trust. Every act of money should feel light, not fearful. That lightness is the signal of alignment. Do not confuse the flow of money with recklessness or waste. Flow is intelligent. It knows balance. It gives when guided and receives when ready. It does not act from impulse, but from inspiration. The more you connect with your inner wisdom, the clearer you'll know when to hold and when to release. This is the difference between control and harmony. Control comes from fear, harmony comes from faith, and faith always is what opens the river wide. You can also strengthen your money flow by speaking abundance instead of lack. Words are vessels of vibration. When you say, I can't afford that, you are placing a boulder in your stream. Replace it with, it's not my priority right now, but I am open to receive more. That statement keeps the current open. Speak as though money loves you, because it does. Speak as though opportunities are drawn to you, because they are. Every word you speak is a command to the universe. Make it one of expansion, not contraction. Flow also means trust in divine timing. Sometimes you may feel the river slow down, not because it has dried up, but because it's redirecting to a higher path. In those moments, do not panic, do not chase. Rest in the knowing that everything that leaves your life is clearing space for something greater. The flow of money never stops. It simply shifts direction to match your vibration. The faster you align your energy with peace, gratitude, and purpose, the faster it returns to you multiplied. And remember, money does not define your worth. It reflects your energy. If you chase it to fill a void, it will always run ahead of you. But if you honor it as a reflection of your inner abundance, it will meet you with grace. The goal is not to worship the current, but to dance with it. To let it express through your ideas, your generosity, your purpose. The true flow of money is creative. It moves through you to create good in the world. When you align your wealth with contribution, the universe ensures the flow never ends. So relax your grip, breathe deeply, trust the current. Let your thoughts, emotions, and actions flow with life instead of against it. Every time you feel anxious about money, imagine a golden river flowing through you, endless and abundant. Feel it wash away fear and replace it with ease. That river has always been there. You simply forgot how to let it move. Now, by remembering, by aligning, by flowing, you become the magnet. You don't chase abundance, you embody it. You don't beg the river to come, you become the river itself. And once you flow, money flows too effortlessly, joyfully, endlessly. The universe is never stingy, it is infinitely rich. It is overflowing with everything you could ever desire, but it does not respond to need, it responds to belief. Many people beg the universe for money as if pleading with a reluctant giver, unaware that their begging pushes it further away. You cannot attract abundance from a vibration of lack. The universe cannot pour more into a vessel that declares itself empty. Money does not come to those who need it most. It comes to those who expect it, those who hold the confident inner knowing that it already belongs to them. Expectation is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It is not mere wishing. It is a calm, unwavering conviction that what you desire is already yours in the unseen realm and simply making its way into form. The one who expects walks differently, speaks differently, and thinks differently. Their words carry authority, their energy commands alignment. Expectation is the invisible magnet that shapes destiny. When you expect good, good arrives. When you expect struggle, struggle appears. The universe is a perfect echo chamber. It gives you back the song you sing the loudest. Money, like every form of energy, responds to vibration. If your inner tone is filled with worry, doubt, or self-pity, you are tuning yourself to the frequency of lack. But when you expect wealth with joy, gratitude, and faith, your vibration sings in harmony with abundance. The secret is this: the universe is not testing you, it is mirroring you. It reflects your deepest assumptions about what you deserve. And the moment you shift from hoping to knowing, from wishing to expecting, everything begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Imagine walking into a restaurant. You place your order and then wait calmly for your food. You do not panic, wondering if the chef will forget you. You don't rush into the kitchen demanding proof that it's being prepared. You simply expect it to arrive. That quiet confidence is how the law of prosperity works. Once you have spoken your desire, once you have aligned your thoughts with abundance, Your only job is to expect the delivery. Doubt cancels the order, faith confirms it. Every time you worry about how or when, you delay the manifestation. Expectation, on the other hand, speeds it up because it shows trust in divine timing. But expectation is not arrogance, it is alignment. You are not commanding the universe as a master. You are cooperating with it as a co-creator. Expectation says, I know I am one with the infinite supply, and the same power that breathes the stars breathes prosperity into my life. This mindset transforms every thought into gold. You begin to act as if abundance is already here. You make decisions from the consciousness of wealth, not from the fear of lack. And as you do, the outer world adjusts itself to mirror your inner conviction. It's important to understand that expectation is not passive. It requires emotional discipline. You must guard your inner state fiercely. When thoughts of fear creep in, what if it doesn't work? What if I fail? You must replace them with truth. All things are working together for my good. Expectation means choosing to see beyond appearances. Even when the outer world looks barren, you must feel rich inside. The farmer who plants a seed does not cry because the soil looks empty. He knows the harvest is growing unseen. Your financial harvest works the same way. Expectation waters the seed. Doubt digs it up. This principle applies not only to money, but to every area of life, relationships, opportunities, creativity, health. The law of expectation governs all outcomes. Those who expect miracles see them daily because their energy invites them. Those who expect disappointment find it everywhere because their energy attracts it. It's not punishment, it's precision. The universe is exquisitely accurate. It matches your dominant frequency perfectly, without judgment or delay. When you cultivate the habit of positive expectation, your entire demeanor changes. You stop chasing money out of fear and start preparing for it out of faith. You expect checks instead of bills. You expect increase instead of loss. You expect divine timing instead of delay. And because your mind is a powerful magnet, the outer world begins to reflect that expectation through synchronicities, ideas, and opportunities that seem to appear by luck. But it's not luck, it's law. To strengthen this law, practice expectancy as a daily ritual. Each morning, declare, today, I expect financial miracles. I expect divine opportunities. I expect money to flow easily and joyfully into my life. Feel the truth of those words vibrating in your chest. Speak them as if the outcome were already here, because in the unseen it is. Your words plant the seed, your emotion waters it, and your faith harvests it. The only thing that can stop the process is your disbelief. You must also learn to expect from yourself. Expect your own greatness. Expect your ideas to work. Expect your actions to produce fruit. So many people sabotage themselves because they expect failure before they begin. But you cannot create success from the energy of doubt. The mind must believe it is worthy of wealth to attract wealth. Expectation is self, worth in motion. It is the unshakable knowing that you are a rightful heir to abundance, not a beggar waiting for scraps of good fortune. And when setbacks come, as they sometimes will, do not let your expectation crumble. Instead, say, this is part of my alignment process. Something better is forming. Expectation does not collapse under pressure. It stands firm, knowing that divine timing never fails. The people who rise the fastest are not those who never fall, but those who expect to rise again, stronger every time. So lift your head, speak your desire, and hold the vibration of expectancy in your heart. Act as if the universe is already conspiring in your favor, because it is. Expectation transforms invisible energy into visible abundance. It turns faith into form, prayer into payment, belief into blessing. You don't have to chase prosperity, you only have to expect it, embody it, and allow it. The universe always delivers to those who believe the package is already on its way. There is a secret chamber in your mind where every possibility already exists, waiting for your permission to come alive. That chamber is called imagination, and it is the birthplace of all wealth. Every building, every invention, every fortune that ever existed began first as an image in someone's mind. Before money flows into your life, it must first flow through your imagination. You must see abundance before you can receive it. The picture you hold in your mind creates the vibration that draws reality toward you like iron to a magnet, but most people use their imagination against themselves. Instead of envisioning prosperity, they imagine debt. Instead of picturing freedom, they see limitation. They rehearse worry until it becomes prophecy. The imagination is a sacred tool, yet when misused, it becomes a weapon that turns inward. If you fill your mental screen with fear, scarcity, and failure, the universe, ever obedient, reflects those images back in the physical world. But the moment you change the picture, you change the projection. The mind is not a mirror, it is a movie projector. What you play inside becomes what you live outside. Imagination is not idle fantasy, it is creative command. When you close your eyes and vividly see yourself surrounded by wealth, joy, and ease, when you feel it, smell it, and taste it as if it were real, you are writing an energetic blueprint that reality must follow. The subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between imagination and experience. It only knows the vibration you feed it. If you feed it images of abundance, it begins to behave as if those images are true. You start thinking, speaking, and acting like someone who is already prosperous. And when your behavior aligns with that inner image, money finds its way to match it. Do you remember being a child, how easily you could create entire worlds in your mind? You could turn a stick into a sword, a blanket into a fortress, a thought into an adventure. That power never left you. It only got buried beneath realism. But realism is often just fear in disguise. The wealthy, the inventors, the dreamers, all those who move mountains, are simply those who kept their imagination alive. They refused to limit their inner vision to what their eyes could see. They knew that imagination is the womb of manifestation. When you imagine prosperity with feeling, you activate faith. When you repeat that image daily, you anchor it into the subconscious. And when your subconscious believes it, your actions begin to flow effortlessly toward that reality. You make decisions that align with abundance instead of scarcity. You notice opportunities others overlook. You attract people who resonate with your vision. The world rearranges itself around the picture in your mind. It is not enough to simply say affirmations or hope for better days. You must see it vividly. Picture yourself walking through your dream home, feeling the cool floor beneath your feet, hearing laughter echo through the halls. See yourself opening your bank account and smiling in peace, knowing that money flows freely and continually. Feel the joy of giving generously, of creating without worry. The more you live in that inner picture, the more real it becomes. Soon, the outer world has no choice but to conform. The imagination is divine communication. It is the way the universe whispers possibilities to you. When a vision comes to your mind, it is not random. It is a preview of what you are capable of manifesting. But you must protect it. Do not share your vision with those who live in fear, for they will try to shrink it to the size of their own belief. Nurture your image in silence, water it with gratitude, and act upon the inspiration it brings. That is how you turn imagination into income and dreams into destiny. Money at its core is a symbol, a reflection of creative energy. The more creative you are, the more open the channel for money becomes. When you use your imagination to create value, solve problems, or bring beauty into the world, you align with the law of circulation. You become a vessel through which abundance flows. But if you stifle your imagination with doubt, you block that flow. Creativity and wealth are twins. They grow together or fade together. One of the most powerful practices you can do is mental rehearsal. Every morning, before the day begins, close your eyes and imagine yourself living the reality you desire. Not as a distant dream, but as something happening now. Feel the emotions of success, gratitude, and freedom until they become familiar. Those emotions are the energetic signal that tells the universe, "This is my truth." And once you hold that vibration consistently, the outer world begins to obey. Understand this. Imagination is the law in seed form. The images you dwell upon are living instructions sent into the quantum field. They gather energy, people, and circumstances that match their frequency. If you imagine struggle, you attract struggle. If you imagine ease, you attract ease. The universe always says yes to your dominant vision. So discipline your mind to dwell only on that which uplifts, expands, and enriches. You are not waiting for abundance. It is waiting for you to imagine it vividly enough to open the door. Every dollar, every opportunity, every miracle begins first as an image. The stronger your image, the faster the manifestation. You don't need to figure out how it will come. The universe handles the mechanics. Your only job is to hold the vision steady, to believe in it even when there is no evidence. That faith is creative fire. It melts resistance and reshapes reality. So awaken the imagination within you. Dust off the dreams you buried beneath practicality. See yourself as a magnet for money, a living channel for divine wealth. Picture abundance swirling around you like light, flowing, glowing, expanding. And know this truth. If you can see it in your mind and feel it in your heart, you have already begun to create it. Imagination is not make, believe. It is the first act of creation. What you imagine today becomes what you experience tomorrow. Dream boldly, see richly, believe fiercely. The universe is waiting for your picture so it can paint your reality in its image. Every human being walks with a divine spark within, a spark that holds the power to create worlds, attract abundance, and transform every limitation into opportunity. That spark is your belief, your faith in the unseen. The outer world is only a mirror, a reflection of what is taking place inside your consciousness. When your inner vision is filled with fear, lack, and self-doubt, you magnetize more of the same. But when your inner speech is charged with faith, gratitude, and certainty, you become a living magnet for miracles. Money, opportunities, and success begin to chase you because your energy now matches the frequency of abundance. The mind is not a storage room of old memories and tired thoughts. It is a sacred instrument designed to create. Every thought you think sends out a vibration, and that vibration attracts matching conditions, people, and experiences into your life. Most people pray for wealth while vibrating poverty. They speak of faith but think in fear. They visualize riches but dwell on bills. The universe responds not to your words but to your vibration, not to your wishes but to your energy. To shift from scarcity to prosperity, you must first tune the inner dial of your mind. You cannot attract what you secretly resent. Many people crave money but condemn those who have it. They say they want abundance, yet they criticize wealth as greed. That contradiction creates a divided energy, and divided energy repels manifestation. To draw money into your life, you must see it as divine energy, neutral, powerful, and capable of doing great good in the hands of a conscious soul. The moment you bless money instead of judging it, you begin to attract it. Bless every dollar that passes through your hands, every coin, every transaction. Feel gratitude that the universe has trusted you with this energy, and more will flow to you. The key is emotional alignment. Your emotions are the language of your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is the true magnet of your destiny. You may speak affirmations all day long, but if deep within you feel unworthy or afraid, the outer world will mirror that hidden vibration. The universe never lies. It gives back exactly what you are broadcasting. So, instead of chasing money, chase alignment. Think thoughts that feel good. Speak words that lift your spirit. Act from faith, not fear. When your inner world is filled with light, your outer world must follow. Begin each day by declaring, "I am a magnet for divine wealth. Prosperity flows to me freely and abundantly." But do not speak these words mechanically. Speak them with feeling, with conviction, with joy. Let the words vibrate through your entire being until they feel like truth. Every time you catch yourself doubting, replace the doubt with faith. Every time you feel fear, replace it with gratitude. Every time you see lack, replace it with vision. The mind is like a garden. If you neglect it, weeds of worry will grow. But if you tend it daily with love, intention, and positive focus, it will bear fruit beyond measure. Money is not earned merely by effort, it is attracted by energy. There are people who work endlessly and still struggle, while others seem to attract wealth effortlessly. The difference lies not in luck, but in consciousness. The prosperous soul sees opportunity where others see obstacles. They believe in abundance even when appearances scream scarcity. They hold a quiet, unwavering faith that life is on their side, and because of that belief, life aligns to prove them right. That is the secret. Life is always responding to your inner conversation. Speak abundance, and abundance must answer. When you begin to live in this awareness, you stop competing and start creating. You stop begging and start believing. You no longer ask, "Where will the money come from?" You declare, "Money is on its way to me through channels known and unknown." That shift in certainty opens invisible doors. People begin to appear, opportunities unfold, and events line up with mathematical precision. The universe, ever listening, rearranges itself to honor your faith. But remember this, your magnetic power grows through gratitude. Gratitude is the purest vibration of abundance. When you are thankful for what you already have, you tell the universe, "I am ready for more." Each breath, each meal, each simple blessing is a reminder of the richness already surrounding you. As you give thanks, your energy expands, and in that expanded state, you become irresistible to success, prosperity, and joy. So, if you wish to turn your mind into a magnet for money, do not start with desperate effort. Start with faith. Start by changing your inner conversation. Guard your thoughts as sacred. Eliminate every word of fear, every sentence of limitation, and replace them with declarations of power. Say, "I am guided by divine intelligence. I am surrounded by endless supply. I am worthy of every good thing." Let these words become the melody of your mind. When you finally trust in this unseen law, you will notice a shift, a calm assurance replacing your anxiety. Bills that once burdened you become stepping stones of gratitude.